Bizarre case in Tennessee history resurfacing this week.
Yeah, Sedley Alley was charged with murder and executed 13 years ago, but his family still fighting to clear his name, saying that he was forced to give a false confession.
Anchor Lori Tucker hearing from our legal analyst about this case and where the law stands.
WATE 6 on your side legal analyst Greg Isaacs joins me. Thanks for being here.
It's good to be here, Lori.
You know, we hear about DNA evidence, of course, in high-profile cases, but a judge this week saying no to using DNA, Greg, in a case where the execution happens years ago.
Sedley Alley is one of the most bizarre cases in Tennessee history. In 1985, Alley was charged with the murder of a young 19-year-old, Miss Collins, who's in the Marine. After that, it gets fuzzy. He had multiple personality disorder. Later, he changes his story after being convicted, said that he gave a false confession. An eyewitness comes forward and said Alley wasn't there, but he gets convicted and given the death penalty.
And he's executed. And
he is executed. But before he is executed, two post-conviction petitions were filed, each wanting DNA. Not that expensive. A technology that was changing and evolving at the time, but both times the governors, the latest one, Bredesen, denied the petition, and he was executed in 2006.
So now fast forward, his daughter wants to clear his name, basically.
Well, Barry Scheck was involved with the Innocence Project, the famous Barry Scheck of the O.J. Simpson trial. He gets a call that in the avionics class that Lance Corporal Collins was in, there was a cadet who had been convicted of two rapes and a homicide in her same class.
Yeah, they think they may have a serial offender here.
They may have a serial offender, a serial killer. So now, after 13 years after the execution, they petitioned under the Post-Conviction DNA Analysis Act for aid. That they wouldn't have to pay for it, exhume the body, do the DNA. The judge in Memphis said no.
And his daughter is part of this as well.
His daughter.
Why does she not have standing here?
Well, because the act applies to a defendant that makes a showing that DNA, there's probable cause, could clear the allegations, could clear their name. But the judge said, I'm not going to the merits of the petition. I am ruling that I don't have standing because a deceased person is not a person defined under the act. That if the legislature wanted to exhume and test people and exonerate them after the fact, it would have been clearly spelled out in the statute. So, you know, Mr. Alley can't win for losing. Twice before he's executed, the courts, including our highest court and the governor, deny request for a DNA analysis. 13 years after his death,
we'll never
he's denied
know.
Again. We will never know.
All right, Greg, thank you.
Thank you.
And if you have a question for Greg, send him an email to askisaacs@wate.com. Be sure to tune into WATE 6 on your side news at 5:30 every Wednesday to see if he answers any of your legal questions.